She memorized the Quran from Bilal. She has a chain of narration that connects her all the way back to the Prophet.
Sure. But listen to my question again. I completely know and understand that Muslims claim that it was memorized right at the start in the 7th century, which is what the gentleman also claimed. Please stay quiet. You don't know either. I'm sure if I ask you a question, you'll run away. Please stay quiet. Listen to me. Listen to me, please. Sana's, I'll give you a few names of early manuscripts. Birmingham manuscript. You know this. Parisian Metropolitanus, yeah? The version that is held by Francois de Roche. Sana manuscript. Topkapi manuscript. Delusion that the Islamic Allah, the Islamic Mickey Mouse Allah, was the deity which was worshipped across the world from since time immemorial. You would walk around with this delusion. So the Quran contradicts the Bible, the Quran contradicts the rest of history. But why or what excuse does the Quran give after giving billions of people this strong delusion? It says that the Bible has been corrupted and the Quran has been marvelously preserved. And I asked the gentleman for one evidence. He's already becoming eligible to get his research grant, £1 million research grant, by saying something really silly which has never been said at Speaker's Corner. I'll come back to you. What's your name, my dear friend?
It's fine. I don't need to tell you my name.
His name is It's Fine.
Ask any question I want to answer.
My dear, it's fine. Please come. I'll ask you again. The claim,
right?
The claim is that the Quran. The claim is the Quran of today is the Quran from the 7th century. That's the claim. To provide justification for this claim, you need to provide evidence for the unified text of the Quran today and for the text of the 7th century. You need to provide both, show them side by side and say, look, they are both the same and therefore they are preserved. Have you got any evidence of this nature?
As I say to you, I'm going to say to you again. As I say to you, I say to you again. The original language that the book came in, it was Arabic. Once them change Arabic from any other language, then it's not preserved. Because the Arabic language can mean any other different meaning. So once they translate it, it's not preserved. But if they keep it in the original language, then it is preserved.
Sure.
No, if
I'll ask once.
No, if you have many different Quran.
Don't take too much time. You're waffling over.
Okay, go again. One again.
Do you have any evidence that in the 7th century there was one Quranic text? Have you got any evidence?
One Quranic text?
One Quranic text. Do you have any evidence to showcase the text of the Quran from the 7th century? Do you have any evidence?
I already told you already.
No,
I already told you already.
Listen to me carefully.
I already told you.
No, my dear friend.
I already told you.
I know you did.
If you have two
Please
Quran,
listen. Please
if
listen.
you have two Quran, if you have two
Please
Quran
listen.
in your hand,
Please listen.
If you have two Quran in your hand, and both of them, it is from the Arabic text. Both of them is an Arabic text, right? Then it's preserved.
Sure.
Right?
Listen to me.
No, then
listen
it's
to me.
preserved.
Once.
No, you have to
listen
understand.
To me. One second. Are you? Is that?
No.
Listen to me. Don't look at me as someone who is opposing you. Look at me. Please listen. Please listen. Please listen. Please listen. Look at me as someone who is your teacher, who knows the previous couple of answers you've given, that you would get only a 0 mark, and who is trying to help you by giving you the hint for which way to go. For you to get anywhere close to answer answering the question, which you haven't so far. And so listen to me carefully.
No, do you have both
Have
Quran?
you? One second.
No, do you have both Quran?
One second.
You have one Quran here.
One
You have
second.
both
One
Quran,
second.
English version.
One second. One second.
Do you have the Arabic version?
1 second. Please listen. I'll give you a simple example. Do you know anything about Sana manuscript?
Let me show you something.
Wow. No, don't show. Yeah, no, don't show. Is that the best of Islam
let
you've
me
got
show you
it for?
something.
How old are you, my dear friend? 21. Look, this is the best of Islam. I tell you what, have you studied something?
No, we have English.
Have you studied
Let me show you
something?
something.
Don't worry.
Let me show you something. No, let me show
Mr.
you
It's fine.
something.
No, I don't.
Now you have this English Quran.
No.
I have one in English.
Sure.
I have one in Arabic.
Sure.
I'm going to show you from these two.
No, don't
you don't
show
want
me
me to show
anything.
you.
You haven't said anything useful so far.
They don't
Are you
have no
Muslim, sir?
claim, sir. You don't have
No,
any
he's
claim, sir.
confused. I'll show you. I'll demonstrate. I'll demonstrate to you how confused he is. You know the topic of the preservation of the Quran. Do you know the topic of the preservation of the Quran? Yeah. You know the preservation of the Quran. The claim about the preservation of the Quran. Do you know this or not? You know this, yeah? Now the claim is the Quran, which apparently was written in the 7th century, is the same as Quran today. That's the claim. Yeah? You understand me? That's why they claim the Quran is preserved. To make this claim, what kind of evidence do you have to provide? Do you know? If you were to claim what was written in the 7th century is what is there today, what evidence have you got to provide? Please think through. It's a simple question.
Memorization.
No, what evidence? Evidence. You need to.
You can ask every Muslim.
He's wanting camera to look good. So no matter what answer you give him,
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what.
No matter what answer
Are
you
you
give him,
Muslim, sir?
he's not going to get it. So it doesn't make no sense to speak to him. Because
My dear friend,
focus on one thing. No matter what you give him,
look
he's
at
not going to get
it.
it.
Are you Muslim, sir?
Not going to get it.
Hello? Any intelligent Muslim? Hello, sir. Are you Muslim, sir? Are you
No,
Muslim,
it's
sir?
not matter
You,
answer
sir.
him because no matter what you give to him, he's not going
You
to
Muslim,
get it.
please come here.
Not going to get it.
Only people like him have been representing Islam so far. Islam has been a laughing stock for the last many decades because of people like him. People like you should step forward. Please come here. Please do. Have you passed your primary schooling? Secondary? University? Going through university right now? Apprenticeship. But you're doing well? So you should represent. That gentleman is confused. He thinks this is confusion corner. This is speaker's corner. Please come here. So my dear friends, Muslims have been going around claiming that the Quran has been perfectly preserved. There are multiple problems with the claim. There are multiple problems. Please listen to me, my dear friend. There are multiple problems. Are you Muslims also? Muslim? Please listen. The claim is that the Quran is preserved. How many of you are familiar with the earliest Quranic manuscripts? How many? Are you familiar with any early Quranic manuscript? You say any? Are you familiar with any early Quranic manuscript? You are? What manuscripts do you have in mind? Say again.
I didn't comment at all.
But what manuscripts do you have in mind?
He said he didn't comment at all.
I know.
So then he's
But
not going to talk.
sure. All right.
Why are you asking?
No. Are you familiar with early Quranic manuscripts?
I don't understand, no English.
Sure. How about you, sir? Are you familiar with early Quranic manuscripts? All right. My dear friends, if anyone knows anything about early Quranic manuscripts, I'll give you a few names. Did you want to say something?
Isn't that a reference?
Sana. Please come here. Birmingham manuscript. Lovely. You see, he's making a good start. You should have spoken right at the start. You shouldn't have let him speak. He's clearly confused and he's taking his medication, maybe the 3rd month or something. You speak. So you know Sana manuscript. Yeah.
Not much, but okay.
You know Sana manuscript. You know Birmingham manuscript. Yep. So Birmingham manuscript, do you know how many pages are there of the Birmingham manuscript? 4 pages. 4 pages of the entire Quran. 4 pages. Is that Islamic behavior?
Okay, that doesn't matter. Like,
No, it does matter. Listen to me carefully. Today, if someone burns the Quran anywhere, what happens to him?
it's lost.
Nothing should happen to him.
Nothing should happen, but what do Muslims do?
Also, you're saying we burned.
Nothing. They shouldn't do anything. Unless they are fanatics.
Please listen carefully.
Unless they are fanatics.
1 second.
Yeah.
I'm not asking what they should do.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
They shouldn't do anything. It should be none of their business. I completely understand. But what do they do? Exactly. Wow. Excuse me, sir. Do you watch news?
Do not take fanatics
Yeah,
or
original Quran.
minority
Yeah,
and
original
just generalize on all of them.
You don't have original
Fanatics? Are you a fanatic?
I'm telling you, do not.
Are you a Muslim, sir?
Do not. It doesn't matter what I am.
No,
My
don't,
question here,
no,
that you can't
please.
Ask them if they,
generalize.
ask them
If you're not
ask them
Muslim,
if they
it's
change
okay, that's
it.
fine.
Ask
Not
them
to you,
if they
sir.
change the
Do you know?
Ask
Do you know?
them if they change the Arabic
No,
verse. Because
ignore
he say,
him.
ask them if they
He has
change the
failed
verse.
his exam. Don't listen
Ask
to
him.
him. Now to you,
Ask him if
sir.
they change the verse. Because
To you,
they don't
sir.
change it.
Do you know if the Sana manuscript agrees with today's text? Do you know if the Quranic text found in Sana manuscript agrees with any version of Quran today?
I mean, I'm not sure. I did not explore that.
Does not. Do you know if Sana manuscript is complete? Isn't.
He doesn't know what it is.
None. Please listen.
He
None.
doesn't know what it is.
Please stay quiet. You don't know either. You do. I'm sure if I ask you a question, you'll run away. Please stay quiet. Listen to me. Listen to me, please. Sana's. I'll give you a few names of early manuscripts. Birmingham manuscript. You know this. Parisian Metropolitanus. Yeah. The version that is held by Francois de Roche. Sana manuscript. Topkapi manuscript. A number of Quranic manuscripts, early manuscripts. Do you know if any of them is complete? None is complete. None. One second. Excuse me, just 1 second. Have you ever studied anything?
I've studied, yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the names of the manuscripts?
I did what you said.
Give me name of one manuscript.
No, I don't know.
No, give me name of one manuscript.
What do you want to say?
Listen, listen, don't panic, listen. Give me name of one manuscript. I mentioned 4, give me one name.
Okay, ask him.
No, you tell me. You obviously went to level 2 question without even listening to level.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Apologize.
Okay.
You should apologize 5 times already.
5 times I will apologize.
Thank you much. Now, time to listen.
Fine.
Now, time to listen. Don't come with disturbance.
Go ahead.
None of the early Quranic manuscripts is complete. None of them is. Number 1. Do you know how many decades it takes before you arrive at the first complete Quranic manuscript? Several decades. Almost a century and more for the first complete manuscript. Which version of Islam do you follow? One second.
I'm Sunni.
You're Sunni Islam. Do you know of this gentleman called Uthman?
Yes.
Your imaginary Uthman, the third caliph. Imaginary Uthman. Do you know Uthman is supposed to have standardized the Quranic text? He is supposed to have burnt all previous non-standard versions and supposed to have provided a standard version of the Quran. Do you know if anywhere Uthmanic mushafs exist? No, it doesn't. Nowhere in the world.
Let me just say something.
No, but let me finish this and then I'll allow you to say. In other words, the entire claim that the Quran has been preserved is a cock and bull story. Do you know where Sana manuscript was acquired from? It was acquired from a loft in a mosque where the mosque authorities found it and they didn't even know what it was. Could you imagine this? Muslims who have apparently memorized the Quran come across a manuscript of the Quran, which is one of the earliest manuscripts. They try to read, they don't even know it is Quran. They have to call a Western scholar to go fetch the discarded manuscript from the loft.
Where did you get this
Listen,
version?
excuse me, sir. What did I say to you earlier?
Sorry.
How old are you, sir?
Okay.
How old are you,
It
sir?
doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. Because you might have very little time left. I want you to learn at least now. No, this is
Okay,
serious stuff.
I'm trying to learn.
This is
yeah.
serious stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
You've clearly spent too long not even knowing the basics, but learning to disturb. Never a good idea.
Very good.
Too much masjid has been going on. Too much masjid.
What's that?
You know where you go to do your bum exercise. Too much of it has been going on.
Okay, fine.
To an extent you haven't learned to listen.
So you're a Hindu?
Irrelevant. Are you listening to me right now? Please don't panic. Please. No. Please listen. Please listen. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. No, look. I am talking about your text, about which you haven't got a clue. Instead of learning something new, at least now,
But you're not saying correct.
Sana manuscript. Where was Sana manuscript found?
See, don't tell me Sana manuscript. Just go and do you know the Quran? Have you read it?
You know Sana manuscript? You know it.
doesn't know what Sana manuscript.
He knows. He
I
mentioned.
don't want to claim something.
But you mentioned the name Sana manuscript, right?
Yeah, like I've heard of it.
Listen, excuse me, sir.
What is that?
Whoa.
I've heard of it multiple times.
He knows at least the name. Do you at least know the name Sana
I
manuscript?
don't know that.
Yeah, if you don't know, learn. Look at him.
But
Listen, look at him. Look at
all fabricated.
Wow.
All fabricated.
Okay, if you're not a Muslim, that's fine. Just stay away, please. Thank you.
For the Birmingham manuscript, doesn't it contain every single page and it's in line with,
Every single page of what?
doesn't it include every single page
Of what?
of what, because look,
Of what? Please finish.
what
Of.
we've memorized, it's,
Do you know how many pages are there in the Birmingham manuscript? Do you know how many pages? Birmingham manuscript is the earliest Quranic fragment that has been found till date. Till date, in the entire human history, the earliest Quranic manuscript which has been found so far is what is called Birmingham manuscript. It's in Birmingham, University of Birmingham, maintained there. And the gentleman asks me, doesn't the Birmingham manuscript contain all the pages? And I'm asking him, how many pages does the Birmingham manuscript have? You don't know. Can I tell you the answer? 4 pages. Can your Quran be written in 4 pages? It can't be, clearly. It only has a couple of different chapters, nothing more. Do you know the dating of the Birmingham manuscript? The Birmingham manuscript has been carbon dated. Carbon dated.
Can I ask a question?
No, please listen once. Don't, please. I'm trying to have an intelligent conversation.
Those
Please, please
four
listen.
chapters, are they the same what's written in the Quran?
No, it isn't.
So it's
Please.
a different chapters. So that is not Quran.
Are you listening right now?
Yeah, I'm listening. And
is.
are you listening to me?
I've listened.
Okay, so
Please wait.
all
Please.
4 chapters the same.
Wow. Calm. Calm. Yeah, you see, he can't answer. I'm not looking for your acknowledgement, sir. Please. I don't know what goes. Birmingham manuscript has surahs from the Quran, but doesn't agree entirely with today's Quran. Doesn't.
So
Maybe now he is listening. Okay. Now.
Version of Quran.
Yeah, absolutely.
Based on what? I mean, Quran, you're saying it's a different version.
What's happening with him? Is he your elder? Is he from your same masjid? If any time he comes near you, stay away. Keep distance. Now to you, sir. Birmingham manuscript has been carbon dated. Carbon dated. Please listen. My dear young friends, please listen. Birmingham manuscript has been carbon dated. Do you know the date? The central, are you familiar with normal curve? Mathematics? Normal curve. You're familiar with normal curve, yeah? In normal curve, what is the mean line? The center line, yeah? And the center gives the best estimate. You're aware of this, yeah? Statistically, the best estimate is given by the central line. Do you know what is the central line of the normal curve given for Birmingham manuscripts radiocarbon dating?
Okay, radiocarbon.
Wow. Calm down.
Why you're not arguing with me?
Because I know you are a clueless man. I don't want you to subject through adult education right now, sir. Please listen. No, are you familiar with adult education? Adults who haven't learned while they were younger, they can go through schooling. That's what he needs to be subjected to. Especially please listen. Not just for basic numeracy literacy, and so on. Not for basic reading skills, numeracy and so on, them included, but also in his case for basic listening skills.
Why are you just
Growing up
me of something
with
you don't know anything about?
look, I have everything about you so far. I know about you, sir. Enough evidence so far. Now to you, sir.
Tell him you're Hindu,
Do you know the date for the Birmingham manuscript?
he's giving me his back.
The central date predates Muhammad's public ministry. When did Muhammad begin his public ministry?
Before 600.
When is he supposed to have begun his public ministry?
Before 600.
Before 600, says the clueless man. What about you? AD 610 is a claimed beginning of the public ministry of Muhammad. Claimed.
Well, as in when he started his post.
You know, the Hira and the preaching in Mecca, initial preaching in Mecca, 610 AD. But the Birmingham manuscripts mean dating predates 610 AD, predates.
So it means it's not real. It's not
Which means
هو مكتوب في القرآن.
you have oh, wow. It means please listen. It means you have today in your Quran included material which is not even from the Quran, clearly not from Muhammad, but predating Muhammad. You see what I'm saying?
No, but
this is the problem you have with the manuscripts. Now, let me
Brother, okay.
go on. Please ask me any question based on what you've said.
We follow an oral tradition, right?
We follow an oral tradition.
Yeah, we memorize the Quran and it's passed down from generation to generation, right? So whatever book we have in front of us, whatever is written and is in line with what we've memorized, we take it.
Generation to generation.
That's it. Please listen to him. He is making sense. Don't listen to him. He's distracting.
It doesn't matter what manuscript, whatever, you can just go on and go on and go on.
At least you're making some sense. Lovely. Now, you should have started right at the start. You shouldn't have let some of the others speak. Please, my dear young friends, please listen to this. The gentleman here is marvelous. At least he's trying to understand and trying to respond by giving additional comments which are new, which can be tried. So far, I spoke about manuscripts. Yeah? And I mentioned about the problems with the manuscripts. And that's where the gentleman here is suggesting that he goes with the oral tradition for the Quran, which is something you could try. Yeah, you could say, look, we go by the oral tradition, not by the manuscripts, and therefore, even if manuscripts aren't complete, manuscripts aren't consistent with each other, earliest, then maybe you can go with the oral tradition. Is what he's saying. Now let me. Don't listen to him, my dear friend. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Your quality is going to go down like this. Don't listen. Now, let me ask you this. Do you have any evidence for the existence of an oral tradition in the 7th century in the Arabian Peninsula? Oral tradition. Any evidence for the existence? Because you said you memorize because you are from an oral tradition.
Senate. It's called Senate.
You hear what?
For example, someone who memorized the entire Quran, you have the Senate of, I don't know.
Chain of narration, you say.
A chain of narration.
Chain of narration. But listen
It
to my.
goes all the way back to the
It goes all the way back to the Prophet.
Sure. Listen to me
For
carefully.
example, my grandmother, she memorized the Quran, she has a chain of narration that connects her all the way back to the Prophet.
Sure. But listen to my question again. I completely know and understand that Muslims claim that it was memorized right at the start in the 7th century, which is what the gentleman also claimed. Claims I know exists. I'm asking for evidence. Have you got any evidence that in the 7th century the Arabian Peninsula had an oral memorization tradition? Oral tradition generally for everything, and in specific in relation to Islam, in relation to the Quran, an oral memorization tradition. Have you got any evidence?
Yes, I can tell you. I can't give you like a book that says it or something, but we know from Arabic traditions that even before Islam, oral traditions with poetry and other stuff like that could be used for Quran. It was actually way easier for them to memorize the Quran back then because they had oral traditions with poetry.
Listen to me, my dear friend. What's your name?
Abdul Muhsin.
Abdul Mercy. Please listen carefully. I completely hear what you're saying. It's popularly claimed. A claim is not an evidence. Have you got evidence?
Not yet.
Let me tell you something very interesting.
Maybe by research, maybe.
Please, you need to research. Because I am a Christian. I'd like all of you to be Christians. And I'll tell you why at the end of the conversation. For now, I'll tell you this very importantly. You know, you said, no, calm down. Please keep distance. Thank you very much. No, this is Speaker's Corner. Please keep distance. Thank you very much. Now to you, sir. Now to you, sir. Can I tell you a few interesting points? You say there are other literature, Arabic literature, predating the Quran, which have been preserved orally and so on. Remarkably, there is no Arabic predating literature to the Quran.
The Christians, do they have?
Quran is one of the first. The Arabic literature you're talking about, they're all from post-Islamic times, not pre-Islamic times. Post-Islamic times. With me so far? Number two, I'll now give you, you haven't given so far, which you said you'll try and find out. Please look for evidence. Solid, unbiased evidence to help you youngsters understand that there was an oral tradition in the 7th century. Please look for it. I'll give you evidence for the fact that 7th century Arabia was not a place of oral tradition. 7th century Arabia was a place of written tradition. They wrote everything down. I'll give you a number of... Hey, wow, don't disturb, please. Thank you. I'll give you a number of points. Number of evidential points. Number one, the Quran itself refers to kitabs. You're familiar with kitabs. What are kitabs? Written literature. So the Quran refers to written literature. It refers to written literature. In one particular surah, the Quran says, when it comes to loaning money, if you need to loan money, I can show you if you want right now. If you want to loan money, it says, find a scribe who could write down details of the loan. Why? Because it belonged to a written environment, not oral environment. So, evidence number one, the Quran referring to kitab. Evidence number two, the Quran itself actually saying, find a scribe. I'll give you the reference in a brief moment. I'll give you third, very important. You say Muhammad can neither read nor write. You say Muhammad is special in that he can neither read. 282. Surah 2. Surah 2 at the end. I'll come to that in a minute. Please, just 1 second. Point number 3. You say that Muhammad, your messenger, can neither read nor write. That's what you claim. Reading and writing, does that belong to an oral tradition or a writing tradition? What do you write? Reading, what do you read? Something which is orally said? What did Muhammad not know? What did Muhammad not know?
He didn't know how to read or...
Read what?
I mean, you'd say text.
Read a written text. Your entire bogus tradition claims that he did not know how to read. Reading is from a written source. Here say he could speak. He could clearly speak to each other. He could clearly speak to each other. Muhammad, according to your story, clearly could speak in Arabic. Speaking wasn't his area of disability. His area of disability was that he could neither read nor write. both of which pertains to a written tradition, not an oral tradition. If everyone else also did not write or read, is Muhammad special when he can't read and write? Listen to my question carefully. If in the entire environment, if in the entire environment, according to you, if across the Arabian Peninsula it was only an oral tradition, no one wrote, no one read. Excuse me, sir, please. Who is there?
They wrote.
You are disturbing too much. Are you with him, sir? Please stay away from him. He's a little bit confused. If no one wrote, no one would have read. Would you agree? In an oral environment, everyone spoke to each other. No one wrote, no one read from writings. Yeah, with me so far? Are you with me so far? And therefore, Muhammad wouldn't be special, would he be? Oh, everyone is the same. No one could write, no one could read. Muhammad is not special. Yeah.
No, they could write and read.
What's that?
They could write and read, his companions.
Exactly. In other words, you now have to agree. You have two options. Option one, please listen everyone, you three especially carefully. And you also. If everyone else could read and write, then clearly it's not an oral tradition based environment. They were writing down. With me? In which case, we need to look for a written Qur'an, not oral tradition. But if everyone else
Brother, just because it's written everywhere doesn't mean that, okay, it can be an oral tradition and also they write things down. It doesn't.
It was written and Uthman gathered all the written.
Look, please listen to me carefully. A tradition, an environment is either written or oral.
Money on drugs, spending on clothes, mate.
An environment. For example, in the UK, we don't have an oral tradition when it comes to formal documents. We don't.
The rock and roll pop.
Yeah. For example, your driving license. In the times past, it'll be a document you can show, take and show, which I have also a copy. But it's also digitalized these days. Yeah, it's recorded. In the UK, if you have to have your birth certificate, it's written down, not literally, but metaphorically. Yeah. The UK is a written tradition, written environment, written tradition-based environment. An environment is either one or the other, not both. If an environment is entirely oral, then people would memorize. But if they were writing down, people wouldn't be memorizing, they would write it down. With me so far? I've given you 3 or 4 evidence points so far. Number 1, the Quran refers to kitabs. Number 2, the Quran in Surah 2 at the end refers to essentially says, if you want to loan money between each other, find a scribe. Even if you're traveling, find a scribe. Now let me tell you, let me ask you something important. Between lending people money and the Quran, what is more important? And let's say you have...
It's supposed to be an oral tradition that somehow quantifies value. But the reason we memorize the Quran, we get good deeds when we memorize it.
Is what?
We get good deeds when we memorize it. There's so many other reasons for us to memorize the Quran.
No. Listen to me carefully.
Not only because of
listen to me carefully.
I know, but we also get good deeds. Memorizing it is important for the Quran. There's so many other things other than just preserving it that we memorize it.
Listen to me carefully, my dear friend. I'm not asking for your other points. I'm making a very basic point right now. The basic point I'm making right now is that whereas your friend said, well, earliest Qurans were preserved through memorization, I am trying, and because it was an oral tradition, is his point. I am saying 7th century Hijazi wasn't an oral tradition-based area. I'll give you a simple example. In a written tradition-based area, if you need to do your university assignment, would you be asked to, apart from the special case presentation, most research conclusions, would you be asked to write it down? Write it down. That's what. And so the point. Yeah, there is some. You see, I told you. He went to university. And insisted. Now, with me so far. If you are in a writing environment, if you receive a book, you will write it down. That's the obvious thing you do. And that is why the Quran says, write it down. The loan, write it down. Kitab. One second. Let me finish. Once. Let's start with you. Let's start with you separately. And Surah 2, Ayah 283. Just quickly, and then I'll bring you in, please. I really want to speak to you. I'll bring you in.
Okay.
But let's go to the Surah 2,
That's the Arabic.
Ayah 283.
Yeah.
282, 283. Please see here. 282 would set the context for you. 283, Surah 2, Al-Baqarah, Ayat 283. What does it say? Can one of you please read? Read aloud. 283. So this is talking about, you can go through the few. No, please, one. The point is very simple. I want. Can I? And then we'll start a fresh topic.
He can join.
No, it has been going on for a while. The last half an hour, so I'll start with him fresh. Now, with you, can you see contracted debt? Term 282, can you see? Write it down. Let us scribe right between you in justice, you see?
Okay.
So, even for a law, write it down, much more for the Quran. My dear friends, not an oral tradition. Don't let any Muslim deceive you. 7th century Arabia is not an environment of oral tradition. Evidentially, I'll give you one last information. Today, there are thousands and thousands of rock inscriptions found across the Hijaz area, written over centuries in the Arabian Peninsula. Centuries. And therefore, so Muslims would tell you, your teachers, your imams would tell you, oh, that's all oral tradition. But evidence tells us no. The entire reason I'm dwelling on this topic is very important. Quran claims that the Quran is preserved, which we have seen is not the case based on manuscripts, and we have also seen it is not an oral tradition based environment, and so therefore we can now conclude that the Quran is not preserved. But the entire reason Quran talks about its own preservation, one second. The entire reason, no, you not, because you weren't here earlier. You weren't here earlier. Now you start fresh.
Finish.
So,
Finish what you want to say.
the entire claim is that the Quran isn't preserved, but the Bible is corrupt. The Quran is preserved, the Bible is corrupt. Now I have demonstrated to you. Please, when you go home, study the manuscripts, the earliest Quranic manuscripts. Try and compare and see if they agree with, if first of all they are complete, or if they are any of the manuscripts today, or any of the Quranic text today. Please find out for yourself. Please find out. Finally, the entire reason the Quran claims this, that the Bible is corrupt, is because the Quran contradicts the Bible when it comes to the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus, when it comes to Abraham's covenant passing through Isaac, and when it comes to Jesus' deity. Or in all of these areas, the Quran contradicts, and therefore its excuse is everywhere. You can see this right the way through the Quran. Every time the Jews and Christians said, hey look, our Bible says something else, all that whoever wrote the Quran told them, hey, all that the writer of the Quran told them was, you have changed your Bible. You have changed your Bible. Now, do you have any evidence for the Bible having been corrupt?
I mean, yes, there is, but
Sure. I'll start a fresh conversation with him on this, but do you have any evidence for the... No. Sure. One last... Yes.
Can we go back to the original topic? You kind of...
Please, 2 minutes. I really want to speak to you. Give me 2 minutes, please.
excuse me.
Give me 2 minutes.
We kind of strayed away when you started talking about the Bible and stuff like that. I want to go back to the original topic about the Arab people not focusing on oral tradition.